Good afternoon, everyone. There's old Nipsey over there, as always. Got the old Jeep hood open. We're fixing to take, and first of all, welcome back to Jeep and Things. Appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. Over here, you can see a box. Getting ready to go on our first Jeeping trip, if you will, of the year. Jeep event would be the proper way to put it. Going to Tennessee, Loretta, Lynn's ranch. Hope to see a bunch of people there. Anyhow, before we go any farther, we'll see what's in these boxes. Just doing the fluid check. The antifreeze was a little low. I don't have it about 14,000 miles. It's not running hot, but I went to the old Dodge place, got some antifreeze. We're going to slap some antifreeze in it. I'm going to take the doors off just to make sure, because the Jeep had 7,900 miles when I got it, thereabouts, and I got about 14,000. So I'm going to make sure the doors will come off, because sometimes if you don't take your doors off regularly, they can get a little bit sticky. So we're going to make sure that comes off easy. Just kind of go over the Jeep, and we'll be back to see what's in these boxes for our trip in 2 days. See you here in a second. All right, before we get into the boxes, we're still 2 days out, but it takes a long time to double check everything. Let's see, we got... All right. Of course, I got my hooks. And that's part of this video too, is because being a two-door Jeep, normally I would have the back seat out. The grandson's going. He takes a trip with us. So we're going to have to utilize a space, which I've got a hitch for the back, which we'll get to here in a second, for cargo. Show you what I got there. And I think I showed it in my other video when I first did the Jeep. I'm not for sure. But basically what we're going to do today, like I said, take the doors off, check all the connections, because we're going to attempt to take the roof off, the whole roof, not just the Freedom panels. But going to clean up. I don't have an official air system for the tires, and I'm not going to air down. There we go. It was already on. So that's check. Got that running. And I do have a backup, just a little compressor, just in case. This one just pushes a little more juice. Obviously, if I had to use it, I would have the engine running, because that'll help a bunch. All right, let's go check out and see what's in the boxes. I'm going to move. Actually, what we'll do here, I want to clean that up. It's a little dusty. There we go. Then I'm going to clip these extra hangers on the back here, just to utilize space, being that it is a two-door Jeep. Hang things from that. That's just an example. Hang the chair. Of course, we're going to have other chairs and whatnot. Like I said, if it was just two of us, the back seat would be out. But since there's not, we're going to make do with what space we got. So we'll get to that here in a second. Be right back. All right, and just for reference, I got the Husky cleaned up. The air compressor. This stays in my vehicle all the time anyways. Just kind of got it wiped down. 12 volt, but I'm going to set this here. Of course, I do have a 12 volt plug-in the front of the Jeep, but the cord on this thing would reach the tires from any, and if I needed extra space, I could use it from the front plug. But I also, and this is the trail rated bag if you get a Rubicon, it's got That's just an extra 12-volt plug. We've got gloves. Let's pan this out a little. Toe strap. Jeep rated toe strap, which I've never used. Like I said, this is the first trip. Now this is mine. There's another extra. That's a USB-C. That has nothing to do with that. And then this is a compressor. It's got a little hose that'll pop up. Turn it on. It's got vehicle, ATV, bicycle, basketball. So it'll so that is just in case, and it's got a hose in there to hook onto this, hook on the tire just in case. I would rather use the Husky. I think it would work. And we'll turn it off. Off. All right. I think that would work a little better. Like I said, I don't air down. Because I don't feel like I have the proper, I'm not going to use the little Husky to air up all 4 tires. That just gives you a little general, what we got going on in here, general idea. With the gloves, just a couple extra. And we'll put the tire inflator back. All right, let's check out and see what's in the boxes. To be honest with you, really can't remember myself. We'll close this up. I do know what I have in total, I just don't know what's in each box. All right, let's go over here and take a gander. All right, I'll bust these to save you the pain of watching me open every box. I'll just open the box and see what's in it. And we'll see what we got going on. All right, first box is it's got a little sticker. Steinjagger. Get a little closer. Steinjagger. Put that on the old golf cart. Got this off of, it's got a little booklet with it. Oh, I guess that's instructions. Basically, this is a top for the Jeep. This is made to where if you got your doors off, and just if you're going naked, if the Jeep's totally got all the top and doors off, that's what we have here. Now, I'm not going to put it on today because the top and the mirrors, the doors are on, so it really wouldn't work. But yeah, looks like it's got little straps on it. And we're going to get to the event a day early and get our room we've got booked, Airbnb. So give me a chance to get the door, and it's supposed to be, thank the Lord, supposed to be sunny weather for the next 7 days. So we're good. We're good to go. We're going to be there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But we're going to be there 5 days. So we should do, it's supposed to be beautiful. And let me tell you, we've had about 10 inches of rain in the last 2 weeks. So welcome sight. But that's what that is. I'm going to get it folded back up. And once we get to the event, which will be a separate video, get the doors and top off, then we'll slap her on there and show you how it works. But it's supposed to be waterproof. It's not supposed to rain, but if it gets dew or whatever, yeah, that'll work perfect. So let's go on to the next box. All right, let's check out the next box. I can't remember what's in which box. So this one's from Extreme Terrain, American Muscle. Yeah. Oh yeah. Eclipse Sunshade. As you can see, once we do get the top off, get in a little closer, keep the sun from beating down on us. Likey. There's the back. Nice, all right. So get the top off. Got our sunshade. Let's see what we got next. We'll keep rolling. All right, that'll be shackles. And you're saying, what do you need shackles for? That's what I'm calling it. That is for, it is, let me tear this off and let you see if you can pronounce it. There's the name of the company. You can see that? It's heavy duty. We're going to show you what this is in just a second. And the shackles, we'll show you what that's for in a second too. Last box. I think I know what this is. Oh yeah. Well, how'd you like that little flick? Sweet. Can't really see it. We'll get these out here in a second. These are for the mirrors. These are the mirrors for when I take the doors off. It's going to go on the pillar. From what I've seen, it's pretty simple to install. We'll see here in a second. So let's get started on the back with the rack and this to see how things fit. All right, real quick. Set these out for a second. Okay, I've got a big Yeti cooler, but once again, due to space, we're gonna need ice for the trails, for drinks, food, whatnot. So we just got us a couple little coolers. Now tomorrow, before we head out, I'm gonna put ice in these to get them pre-cooled, but you can see they fit there just fine. Slap the Jeep kit over the speaker there, and we should be good to go on these. On to the next one. Just a quick video. That's the finished product. That's what's going to be back there when we run the trails. We'll have our, now if we got the top off, I may have to move the blanket, but everything else will ride just fine. But that's how we're going to do the trails. We got 2 coolers, one for drinks, one for food, however we want to do it. Fits behind the back seat and should be good to go. And of course, if the top's off, my little bungees for the hats, that'll be out. But yeah, that's the finished product on that. The next thing we're going to do is go to the basket carrier. All right, we got the basket rack on. Inside the carrier, it's a waterproof carrier. It's got I got the straps over there somewhere to get everything all strapped in. But you can see the wife's suitcase is in there. That'll be my duffel bag, which has nothing in it, but plenty of space. We've got 2 chairs and room to spare. So yeah, and you can see how tall it is. So we can stack things on top, strap them down with the straps that's provided. Get her straight there. The last thing I'm going to do is, let me set this down here. So we got plenty for luggage, picking up the grandson tomorrow. I'll have room for his luggage. The great thing about a Jeep event is you don't pack, you pack flip-flops, sandals, shorts, and t-shirts. So you can get a lot of t-shirts and shorts in a limited space. But this rack is 5 foot wide, 24 inches deep. We got the carrier. The last thing is, you can see if you don't have it evenly balanced, it could bounce around. So I also purchased separately, behind the scenes here, get this open, I purchased a stabilizer. So I'm going to take everything out. I may not have to take it out. Get it open here. So it's just a metal plate. And it's got some nuts and washers with it. Put that over up there where it connects. I'll put it on, then come back and show you. That'll keep it from, that way if you don't have it balanced exactly right, it's just a stabilizer. So let me get this put on and we'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay. To get the basket, I showed you the bracket, and I've got the bracket on and it's still wanting to go side to side. I think I found the problem. And this came packaged together, but I got it off Amazon, so it doesn't mean that it's fit for this specific rack. But I think I found the problem. Don't know if you could, let me get up under here. If you could see that, there's a gap. So I'm going to locate a little piece of metal, get my finger out of the way, and see if I can't fill that gap. Tighten it back up and see if that won't help. I'll be right back. Okay, got a little update on the stabilizer. Right there. I figured out part of the problem and I went and retightened it. These, which is on the frame of it, they move a little. I tighten it, and you can see right here, that's part of the problem because this is made, take this pin out, to fold up. So I went ahead and put it right where this goes into the receiver of the Jeep, which is where it's supposed to go anyways. It did help. We're going to live with it. Balance it out. And on my, what I'll do is I'll put a bungee. I do this with this little old rack here that I've had for years. I'll just put a bungee from here, put it on real tight to the rack, and that'll help keep it stable. So that's the end of the story on that. So we'll roll with that tomorrow. All right, on to the next project. We're going to make sure these doors will come off. Okay, as I said earlier, make sure the doors will come off. All I'm going to do, and let me get the kit. All right, we got the Jeep kit here, tool kit. That's all the tools you need to take the doors off, the top off. These two bolts right here. Let's see, I think it's a 50. Yeah, that's it. I'm just going to loosen these up. And we'll take you around here. Normally, you would just pop this cover off and you've got a pin. Pull it down, flip this up, unplug this. That's for your power doors. Take this off, take this out, take that bolt out, lift your doors up, which I am going to have to take that out just to make sure. Once again, the reason why I'm doing this is because if they haven't had these doors off, that door could be a real pain to get off. And I'm going to do the same process on the other door. So let's go ahead. Make sure I got the right one. Yeah. Make sure it's in. Oh, yep, we're good. Take this out. Start loosening this one. There it comes. Okay, I won't spare you the pain and suffering of taking the inside one out. Once I get everything off, we'll see if this will come off easy. Because I don't want to be at the event, at our Airbnb, go out and have a pain getting these off. We're going to make sure they come off. We'll be right back. Okay, just real quick. I'm going to leave them out until we get done with the event. You can basically leave them out all summer. I wouldn't leave them out through the winter, even though my Jeep's kept in the garage. You still get out and about. Door hinges. And I put them on the right side because they came off the right side. Then there's your roof for all your bolts. Then your windshield, which we will never fool with. I just took everything out. So the door hinges are going to stay in there. Let's go back. I'm going to take that piece out. We'll see how easily this comes off. One more quick thing. This bolt that I'm fixing to get out, I always put it back in. Doors off, whatever. I always put that one back in. You can put it back. There's room, but I'll always put that back in. Here in a second, we'll see the moment of truth. All right, here goes the moment of truth. Real quick. This is all disconnected. If you are going to take your doors off, just store it in there. There we go. Once again, that bolt's out. And you don't want your door to shut. I've done that before. This will go inside your door. You can get it out. Just get a pair of vice grips and yank on it real hard. Or if you can get it to come out far enough, bolt it in there and just open your door. But try to keep your door open. Don't let it close, or else this will get sucked up in there. You'll be able to get to it, but it's a pain. All right, please come off easy. Also, when I'm sticking them on, we'll just do it from this side. Oop. Here's a handle right here. Just gonna stick my arm through. Grab it by the bottom. Please come off. Oh yeah. Easy peasy. Now to line her back up. Boom. Now to do the other door. I'll spare you the agony of that. I'm just going to put this back together for now. Make sure the other door comes off. Then we're going to work on the mirrors. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this cover back on. It just lines up. It's kind of a tight fit. I don't want to get in the way of the camera. There. So, and that's not near perfect, but just pull it out. You'll have a red tab. This is what controls your lights and when your door's open and your power windows, if you have power windows. But you'll still have this even if you don't have power windows, simply to run your dome lights. This red tab, and they can be tough. There it goes. You heard it click. Once you hear that, push it up. Then there's a piece at the bottom. This center piece. Push in. I'm pushing in with my thumb. There's a little piece under here because I'm going to block it when I do this. Push in. Lift up. And then this will pull down. That way, then there's a little hook here. You take this off, stuff this over here as I showed you earlier. Your little pouch. This will go in here, then you take this out, take the bolts out. I just got thinking, I thought, well, heck, I'll show them because it's not tricky, but as you can see, it can be a little pain to get that little tab up. But once you do all that, you're ready to pull that off and take your door off. So I'm going to take out the bolts like I did on the other side, just to make sure that this door is not going to be a pain to take off also, okay? All we got to do is we're going to do that. Then we're going to try these mirrors, putting these mirrors in for when we do take the doors off. Be back. Okay, on the mirrors, there's no directions. This will replace this. Just got to pop this out and put this in. So there we go. Try to do this one-handed. I'm just going to stick a screwdriver in here. Oh, easy enough. Take out the factory screws, replace it. See if it's even got any screws in it. Get a little flashlight action. Ah, there's a bolt up in there. Take it out and replace it with those long screws. Well, let's give it a try. All right, hope you can hear this with the train going by. I've got the mirror on. You can see me in the background. And I'll take you to the other side and show you how we did it. Did not even come with instructions. Main thing, if you're on the trails, your stock mirror sticks out farther than this mirror once you take the doors off. And you can adjust it out however you want it. Now we'll go to the other side. Got my flashlight here to show you exactly what we did. Once I took the screwdriver, popped that out, you can see that 10mm bolt up in there. Take that out. Just put that in its place. On the bottom is where the long screw goes in. This screw is for your actual mirror. Oops. It's for your actual mirror. Then once I get this in, I'll show you how we put it on. Okay. Once again, you put that in there. Your long bolt, and it comes with an Allen wrench that fits that. Also, the Allen wrench fits the shorter screw, which will go right there in the handle. Then when you get done, take your Allen wrench right there, take that out, take the bar off, just leave the mirror attached if you want. Then when you get ready to put it back on, you put it back on and you run the trails with your doors off. So we're just going to put this right back up here once again after I take that 10mm bolt out. This will stay. That's your bracket for it. And you can keep your stock Jeep bracket if you want, but I'll just leave this in here. Take the doors off, and once again, use the mirrors. Right there's your little bolt for the Allen key to take that off. Pretty handy. And it was off Amazon for like 25 bucks. And if you've priced some mirrors lately, you know they can get pretty darn expensive. So I'll get this one put on real quick. Okay, it's getting dark. I got a little extra light out here. Hopefully you can see this. This is where your factory Jeep, it's just on your grab handle here. It's just, well, it looks like this. This is and up in here, like I said, is where your 10mm bolt was. This is going to go right here. The kit comes with a long bolt. The Allen wrench fits it. If I can get this out here, your short bolt, when I showed you a second ago, that's what your mirror bar goes in. And we'll show you that here in a second too. But all we're going to do here, this goes up at an angle, and it's a long bolt. That goes up at an angle because that's going to go up where the 10mm bolt was. Okay, I got it lined up. All I'm going to do, and I won't put you through the suffering of me putting this in, I'm just going to take this Allen wrench, tighten it up. We'll be back in a second. All right, guys, in closing out, just a little tip because I know I will lose it. The little bolt right there that your bar screws on. And I did the same thing to the other side. Tied it down just a little, just snugged it up. That way I won't lose that, because I guarantee you, I start throwing that around, it'll be lost. Then the way I'm just going to transport my mirrors, just leave the mirror on. You can take it off if you want. Just leave it on the bar. And this little, screw this one all the way down to where it's at the base of the mirror. Screw that back on, put that nut on the back, and then just transport like that. I'll throw them somewhere, throw them in the bag, just maybe in the back floorboard, just keep them handy. Obviously, once we get to the event and the top comes off and the doors are off, they'll stay on there for 5 days. So anyhow, hope you enjoyed. As you know, if you watch most of my videos, they're pretty informal. Just a couple tips, some of the things we got for our first Jeep trip. We'll see everyone in a couple of days once we get there and take the top off and see how that goes. And we'll have plenty of footage of the Jeeping event. It's a trail jam at Loretta Lynn's Ranch in Waverly, Tennessee. So tomorrow, get this thing all washed up and then start loading the luggage rack, get everything put back on that we did today, and then we'll head out. Hope you enjoyed. If you got any questions, just shoot me a comment and I'd be glad to try to answer it. And hope you enjoyed this. Y'all have a great evening. One more thing, as always, as the sun's starting to set and the skeeters are coming out, the mirrors. I went back to the Amazon. They were $30.99. There was no name. It just said mirrors for Jeep. And that was it. But you saw what they looked like. You can go to Amazon and Google Jeep mirrors, whatever. And I looked, there was no name on them. So I just came across them. So I know that probably doesn't help much, but on the box, there was no instructions. Let me see if this tells. No, it does not. So sorry about that. I just stumbled across them. The true test will be when we're running the trails with them and taking them down the highway, see how they hold up. But one thing I will say is they're concave. They're small, but they project out. They push everything out so it gives you a wide field of view. So anyways, that is it officially. I'm getting in. Y'all have a great evening.